Good morning, everybody. Thanks for click and play again today. And God bless you. Pray that He's blessing you this week. And we have made it to Thursday. Another little parable that Jesus told that's kind of about prayer. This is about the attitude of prayer. It's about the attitude of prayer that God hears. And it's in Luke chapter 18. It starts in verse 9. I'm going to actually start in verse 10. He says that there were two men who went up to pray. One was a Pharisee and one was a tax collector. Now, the idea that Jesus is presenting to them here is that these people were on two opposite ends of the religious spectrum. They were on two opposite ends of the religious spectrum. The Pharisee was a religious leader. He was closer to God than anybody could possibly be. He was as close to God as was possible. The tax collector is basically one who had denied his people. And by denying his people, he denied his heritage, and thus denying his religion. So these two people, they were on opposite ends of the religious spectrum. So they went to pray. The Pharisee, the one who was close to God, he prayed like this. He stood and he prayed like this within himself. God, I thank you that I'm not like the other men, an extortioner, unjust, adulterer, or even like this tax collector. I fast twice a week. I give tithes of all that I possess. So here's this Pharisee. The key here, I think, in this is that Jesus said that he prayed like this with himself. This guy wasn't really praying. He was like patting himself on the back. That's what he was doing. Now he's in the temple and he's standing there. God, I thank you. I'm not like this. He had this attitude of superiority. I'm not like these other sinners. I'm not, I don't, we Baptist preachers years ago, they used to say, I don't drink, smoke, or chew, or go with girls that do, right? I do all the right things. God, I am close to you, and I seek you, and I go to church, and I have a morality that they don't have. I have the right politics. I know more scriptures. I use more scriptures than anybody else in prayer. I know how to pray. Is all these things. He was like bragging on himself. He's like, his attitude was one of superiority. And then there's this tax collector, and Jesus says, and the tax collector, he was standing far off, and he would not so much as raise his eyes to heaven, but he beat his breast, saying, God, be merciful to me, a sinner. So then you had this tax collector. He wouldn't even approach the altar. He wouldn't even come close. He wouldn't even look up and lift his eyes up to heaven. He just said, God, I don't have a leg to stand on. I need your mercy. I need you to have mercy on me. I deserve punishment. I don't deserve anything good from you, but I need you to be merciful to me and show me grace and show me kindness anyhow, because I'm just a sinner. So Jesus said that this man is the one who, this man went down to his house justified rather than the other. For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, and he who humbles himself will be exalted. He said that the tax collector who prayed as a sinner in need of a Savior was the one who is justified. Listen, your prayers aren't heard because of who you are. Your prayers aren't heard because of what you do. Your prayers aren't heard because you're better than somebody else. Your prayers aren't heard because of your superiority. Your prayers are heard when you come as a sinner and throws himself at the mercy of God and says, God, I don't have a leg to stand on other than your love and your grace and your mercy. That's the attitude of prayer that God hears. Now get out there and pray today. Love you guys.